Hey guys, welcome back. This is Luthais, and yes, this is the first part of my series where I'm going to be trying to complete the challenges. 337 ping, on almost a full server. In any case guys, the main focus here for me is for us to have fun, and I have edited the point system a bit. That it's just a bit more fair, because going into every location on a full server is very risky. The chances that you're going to get loot there is limited, and of course the chances that you're going to pick up some action there is very high. So this was my first attempt. As you can see, it's a wonderful start, walking around in the acid rain. And yes, I did say I'm going to do it uncut guys, but you guys can trust me, and I'm sure most of you do. You know, I'm not scared of failing, so just know that the server is full on every recording, and of course, yes, I won't cut any kind of action out, but the boring parts I will have to cut out for you guys. So I spawned on the beach. If you guys go back in the video, you'll see that it said something about someone working with a generator, which is the reason for me taking my time. But yes, at the end of the day, your playstyle is totally dependent on you. Again, I like to live myself into the game, so I take my time and not really worry a lot about strategy. Like, I don't like to hide in bushes, and of course, that's the reason why I love playing on the first-person server, because I don't like camping and I don't like hiding behind stuff. So this gives me the most enjoyment. And yes, now we will hear our first opponent, or our first encounter. There, I heard him in the house. Yeah. And yes guys, my mission is to just loot that area once and not back off. Okay, so it doesn't matter what I have with me at that time, I still need to loot the location. And yes, if I'm not totally sure the guy has a gun, you know, I'm willing to talk or have a discussion with him. Of course, in this situation, no discussion was allowed. So yes, 0 points for me on my first try. I'm sure you guys did better than me on your first try. And then, yeah, right back into it, eh? I respawn, and I'm sitting with the nuclear winter storm. Now, I won't be doing this on every video, guys. Like I said, you guys will just have to trust me. Every time I play, there will be 40 or more players, and if I really want to push it and want to get my ping as close to 200 as possible, I'll play a bit later that there's about 30 players or more on the server. So 30 players or more will be my minimum. I'm really loving the storms at the moment. Yesterday, me and my nephew was stuck in a constant cycle of snow and blizzard storms. It kept on for about 3 hours, and I just enjoyed standing by my fireplace and just relaxing, just standing in front of the fire because I need to, so that I don't freeze to death. And this is a perfect example, guys. It's a nuclear winter storm. It's cold. Look how fast my temperature is dropping when I'm in the water, which is really, really cool for me. It's these small little differences that I appreciate in this game. And of course, the visuals and the PvE is really moving in the right direction. Of course, I like the radiation storm and the nuclear winter storm to be a bit stronger, but for now, I just love everything about it. Now, basically, I'm in deep trouble here, guys, and you'll see I got poisoned as well. Don't know where the heck that came from, but in any case, And I just thought to myself, you know, cold or not, I'm getting a point. Okay, I'm getting points on the table. So yes, okay. I think every mutant is worth about 5 or 10 points, but yes, I'm on the score sheet, guys. That's the most important thing. I was ready to die, but I just need to get on that point system. Just explored Brightmoor a bit to the back of me. Try to be as careful as possible. And yeah, one of the strongest secondary slot weapons you can craft by hand is the nailed paddle. So I got the parts for it. It's not too difficult. I love the nailed knuckles as well, but you need a guide for that. So for you guys starting out, a nail paddle is really cool. And yes, quite easy to get the resources. So it's easy to craft, and it really packs a punch and looks really cool. And I love it because it literally looks like you used lumber and duct tape and nails, you know. So it's a perfect combination there with the crafting material that you've used. So yes, our mission now is to get rid of the radiation and of course the poison. And doing it in Brightmoor is not the easiest job in the world. I must say, I was, like I said in the point system video, you have to rely on some luck. And I must say I was very lucky here not to run into a fully geared player or get into any action. Because again, I'm just sitting with a melee weapon. And yes, guys, as you're watching this challenge of mine, just look at the spawn points, you know, memorize the spawn points, because most of the time when I'm showing you footage of me looting, that is basically, you know, the way I loot these days. Of course, I'm trying to get a bit more extra stuff, but you guys will see that I'm showing you constantly where weapon spawns are and what to look out for. And like I've told you guys, it's, you know, it's always there in the places. Most of the time it's in places where you can't see it clearly. Okay, so you have to do a bit of searching, bit of looting, you know. And don't forget those world items, guys. Those world items can really give you a lot of cool stuff. So yes, not looking too bad. I've got a few bullets, so just gonna check these houses. And then we're going to have to move to the swamp area. So I just made a beeline for the river. Swimming across the river. And yes, the swamp area on your way to Orchid Dam is a great location to get some healing mushrooms and some anti-rad mushrooms. And when you have radiation, you can't heal to maximum health. And of course, in a PvP situation, you're going to need every little bit of health you can get. So the poison and the radiation definitely has an effect on you. So yes, if you're struggling with poison or radiation, if your radiation is anywhere above 20%, it's definitely going to play around with your vision. And I think you can start puking anywhere around 40% plus. And yes, what I've realized with the new update is I can make a really good living by just using berries and apple trees. If you know where their locations are, you're never going to die of hunger. So yeah, struggling with purified food isn't a problem at all. And of course, you have got ways to purify your water, so it works very, very well together. So yes, if the food is frustrating you a bit, or you don't really want to waste time hunting, just remember, dude, you know, there's a lot of apple trees out there and a lot of berry bushes. There are eggs and chickens and pigs walking around in some locations. So yes, you can have a really good diet from berries, apples, and eggs. So yeah, I'm at this swamp area close to the Brightmoor bunker, and I get my healing mushroom to get rid of that pesky poison. Quite interested on how I picked up that poison, and it's going to be very interesting if the nuclear winter storm, you know, also has a chance of poisoning you. That would be really cool. So just completing my search here, and I'm just going to go for it, guys. Brightmoor was very looted, so I'm going to the bunker. Again, the sound is very important. I put my sound on 100%, and in most situations what saves my life is that I hear a person before he hears me. And of course, with your middle mouse button, you can really, you know, get down on that stealth and make less noise than him, and, you know, try and get the drop on him. So yes, just scoping the area out, making sure I don't see any movement. Also focusing on how many mutants are in the area, how many mutants I can hear. That's normally a good indication of that someone's been here recently. And yes, taking the adventurous route down. And remember what I said about luck, guys. The only thing I found in the outside area was a jerry can. And lo and behold, you guys won't believe what happened. So yes, just know I haven't been to the generator yet. See a vector there. Can't resist it. And yes, guys, the new guns, you know, and guns like the Vector looks very appealing, especially the Vector to me. But just remember, it's about the ammo as well. And look here, guys, look at the luck. A battery, a drive belt, oil, and all I needed to do was add the diesel. Hey, what did I tell you guys about luck? Okay, sometimes I'm extremely unlucky, but, you know, other times, okay, most of the time I'm very unlucky, but yes. Every dog gets his day. And again, to my surprise, not hearing anything, which isn't always a good thing. It did alarm me a bit that I couldn't hear any mutants. But yes, one tip that I'd like to give you guys here, there is a lot of locations to loot in the bunker. But a lot of them are empty and the spawn rates are very low on them. So the focus point for you will be the Iron Sun straight at the entrance. This Iron Sun straight here. And then the Iron Sun crates that we're going to get now here at the bottom. So it's a total of 5 Iron Sun crates. 1 at the beginning, 1 in the middle, and then 3 at the bottom. And those will be your main goals when you come in here. Because you don't come into a hot zone like this for standard loot. You come for the specific PvP loot or attachments, you know, or armor. So it makes a major difference. As you can see, they've been looted at the moment. But remember, every Iron Sun crate can hold 2 cool weapons or 2 cool items. Okay, so just remember that when you loot it once, look at it again. It can definitely have another item in it. And now, of course, the focus will be the armory. And one thing that I've seen, guys, when you come out, you see this fridge lying to the side. When you come out, you can jump on that fridge and crouch out so that you don't have to crawl out again. Okay, so you must crawl into this space, but when you go out, just jump on that fridge, crouch, you know, check the area out, and then you'll be fine. Of course, I wasn't taking any chances, really trying to listen for anything. And it was a bit quiet except for the one mutant. And of course, I know it's been looted within the last 15 minutes because I know that loot respawns every 15 minutes if no one's in the area. So, yes, always have to be careful. And like I say, up to this point, guys, there wasn't much, okay? The armory area that I am in now is your main goal, okay? Here you will find all the cool guns and all the loot that you want, okay? And if you really want the cream of the crop, you'll have to go to the bunker at the north, which I really hope I can survive until then. I really don't want to take my chances with a third challenge because this one's not going too bad. But yes, just remember, time is extremely important in these situations because you don't want to be in here for too long. You don't want to loot too long because it makes the chances of somebody creeping up on you and hearing you and then trying to get the jump on you. It makes it much higher. So speed is always a factor. So yes, except for the 5 Iron Suns crates in the beginning, I'd suggest you guys don't waste any time with any other rooms. Even if they have a lot of shelves, just head for this main armory and get in and get out as soon as possible. Of course, in this series, guys, we are not allowed to, okay, you guys can do whatever you want to enjoy yourself, but my personal target is that I don't loot an area more than once. So I don't spawn out of an area that's got a lot of looting. So I'm never allowed to log out of a bunker or a checkpoint or any hotspot. I'm not allowed to log out there. I must be outside of the area, preferably in a house or in the forest. Those are the two areas that I can log out in, and it makes it more realistic for me. So I can sleep in the forest, as a survivor usually can, with the chances of being discovered quite low. And then I can sleep in a house, and let's try and use our imagination. If somebody enters the house and we've closed the doors, yes, then we can react to it. So just exiting here. And another thing, guys, always be listening, okay? A lot of people are comfortable when they come out of the second exit of this bunker, but just remember, other people already know where the exit is. Okay, so if they hear you shooting inside the bunker or you made a lot of noise inside the bunker and they know where the exit is, they're going to wait for you there. They can have one guy at the, waiting at the main exit, but this is the exit that people are going to take most of the time. So please be careful. And as you can see, I'm just running for my life, hoping I can make it. And yes, got some points there as well. I'll put the points down at the bottom, which I've achieved so far. And yes, one thing that I'd like you guys to do is to create your own point system challenge. Okay, I am working on a few others because this is really hardcore PvP based on a full server. So I'll be making a beginner's challenge. I'll be making a challenge system for beginners as well as casual players. And then yes, at the moment we're busy with the hardcore points challenges for me to get back into the action and have some fun. So yes, you pros out there that that put yourself in a PvP situation constantly, please, in the comments below, put your point systems in there. Have fun, guys, and yes, subscribe if you're new and click the bell button.